Right, this is actually XR related, but because Bodhi's getting old, can't really do steps anymore, so we made a ramp for him and I need to buy AstroTurf for that. That means Lowe's or Home Depot. That is where I'm hoping to get the paint for this. Now, the original bumpers of this car are very greyish, and this is kind of beigeish. So this has popped off. I assume it's shrunk with the heat. I'm going to take this with me and see if I can match up the paint with some damn fine Rust-Oleum or Krylon satin plastic paint. So right here I bought two 7-inch bolts, and this is still like tall. It's too tall, and you've got this reinforcement to the back, and I'm thinking piece of steel all along here, just a thin piece of steel, and two bolts in, which are way too long, damn it, and then kind of sandwich it back down and then hit it with the plastic welder, because it's like the best thing ever that ever was right now, nearly as good as a TIG welder. So this is the general idea: big bar across the top, long bolts through, come out the other side, and then we can tighten it down and then hopefully sandwich it, close that gap, and then start plastic welding it. One thing that I plan on doing that will actually serve me really well in this situation is these vertical slats. I left them on the last time I did this, but I'm going to take them out and put black mesh in there so it ties in a bit more Cosworth-esque, and also with the grille that I've yet to figure out as well. Hopefully this hasn't deformed the bumper terribly. Looks pretty straight to me, kinda. There you go. I think those are about as tight as we're going to get the cracks. Let's get the welder out. I'm so excited. Watch this, the plastic won't melt. Okay, we're playing. I wonder if this Tracer bumper was ever thinking it was ready for its second stage of life. Next phase. Well, you getting it. Feel like getting this waistline back is going to take some nifty sanding. First crack. Kinda fixed. Kinda filled in. I really hope that after doing all this I don't undo it and it just pings and cracks open. God, I really hope that doesn't happen. Really hope. Like you saw me throw the condenser into the back garden in the last film. You may see me throwing a bumper this time. Well, it moved slightly, but it did not ping and snap. So I'm going to get that filled in and then flip it over. Ooh, definitely a bit of flexing there and cracking. Okay, let's work quick. Outside's done, and I did a load of reinforcing on the inside as well. Seriously, who spends this amount of time on a Mercury Tracer bumper? Oh, me of course. Moment of truth. All the plastic is set. What's going to happen when I undo it? See, my neighbours like me. It's only about another 40 hours of work to go into it and it will be perfect. What I'm going to do next is I'm going to clean up where we're going to be putting the black mesh. We're going to cut those vertical slats out, we're going to clean that up, then we're going to sand it, then we're going to prime it. And that'll be it for the bumper action today. And then I want to leg it under the car really quick, put those compression struts on just because I want to see them on. Got poly bushes arriving, steering rack gator arriving. Oh, I've got to repair that top part yet. Oh Christ. Okay, another job before all that happens. Okay. So that definitely turned from I'll just do a bit to an all-day affair. Oh my word, my back and my knees and everything are sore. We're all done. We're all filled in. I was going to do comp struts tonight, but I'm not now. Going to wait for the poly bushes to arrive, which may be tomorrow or the day after. So I'm going to crack on with the bumper a bit more. There we go. That looks a hell of a lot better, methinks. Mesh in there. Lovely. Okay, let's see what sandpaper I've got. Lost my DA sander. It's just gone. I always like to mix electricity and water. Shocking, really. So basically on the edges where it didn't get hot enough, you know, obviously as edges don't, because the plastic didn't totally key, then that becomes all frayed and messy. But once you get to the part where it's keyed, it's actually okay. But I feel like I'm going to try and find some like plastic filler tomorrow or something. Probably the first time this has been cleaned in many years. The bumper the next day. So we've got a bit of reflection on it now so I can see where I missed. But I need to get some plastic filler so I can go over the top of this because this is weirdly furry. Don't know why. Now that I know that this is structurally sound and I'm going to be able to use it, what I want to do is modify the brackets to make the bumper sit further back and further up. So I'm probably going to slice these, put some like 1/2 inch box behind so it makes the bumper go back 1/2 inch and also raises it up slightly. Okay, right now, so we're going to be cutting into this area more. Reason being is because I'm going to step these brackets and the end of the XR chassis legs are right here, so they're going to start to push into this body, so that needs to get clearanced. So the brackets are adjustable and still tacked, but have that 1/2 inch pushback, and the bumper is really literally a skin. There's like nothing left. Right, let's go and see if she fits. Very happy with how this is turning out. Bumper got plastic welded. There's going to get some more kind of like epoxy filler over it, JB type stuff tomorrow. Sides aren't fixed on yet, they'll pull in slightly, and then also the wheel arch is going to get trimmed, so we'll keep that as a constant point and then take this arc up to there so we can keep the little triangle bumper mount of the XR intact right there. But yeah, so pulled it right back so it's tight to the front of the car, and then I have ideas for this lower area. Definitely, I just want to, it's about as much as a Cosworth bumper would stick out at the front of an XR or Sierra, and that's what I'm trying to get. Now it definitely lacks a chin, definitely lacking chinley down there, so we need to bring something down. So we need to find another bumper and add it. But very happy, very happy. Love the way it follows the lines of the car. It's really straight. That's one of my pet peeves with the Jetta. Around you get to the side and it goes a bit wiggly. Don't like it. Just don't like it. This has taken so much more work. I've actually done this bumper conversion once before. I know where the car is, it's up in Lompoc, or at least it was the last time I knew about it. And I just remember it being really easy and quick, even quicker than the Jetta. am I just getting more picky, or do I remember it wrongly? I don't even know. But this has taken a ton of work so far, but I'm really happy with the way it is. So yeah, I've got primer and paint in there. I'm gonna get some filler tomorrow. Thank you for sticking with me in these kind of lean times. We're waiting for parts to come, both the cars really. Got the MUTS fuel system, all that stuff is going to start arriving Saturday-ish. We figured out a game plan with that. And we've got polys arriving for this, and then we'll fit the compression struts. So yeah, so we're going to have a bit more action starting next week, because we've just been waiting for parts. And that's why I think a lot of YouTubers get swamped with so many cars, because if you want to keep content going, you have to have something to do. If you're waiting for parts, you can't do anything. It's an interesting situation to be in. You know, I don't have the room. I just don't have the room to have 4 or 5 projects on the go at once, which is probably a good thing for me. Obviously, this bumper was in no way economic to do, but, you know, I learned plastic welding and various clamping methods and all that kind of stuff. So that top layer is this stuff, which I really like. It's just awesome. So we got that's going to set. Right, while that dries, let's get on with the controversial one. Where's the grille going to be? For this grille, you can see it curves ever so slightly, and I want to see if I can follow that line. So, tool, bent over, that's going to drag along there, and then my pen fits in there, and hopefully it'll draw that line. Don't want to say I'm a minor genius or anything, because that genuinely would be a lie, but it worked. Well, there's no turning back now. Really, I wish I had like a small kind of cutter thing instead of this, you know, big old angle grinder. But we shall move forward nevertheless. Obviously, the ultimate goal is to get a Cosworth front grille, but that'll do for now. That is the same size opening basically as the dip in the front bumper was before. So, gotta clean up the edges of it. All the epoxy stuff is set on the bumper, so I'm gonna start sanding that now. See if we can get that bumper in primer tonight. That'll be awesome. Yes. We are in the exterior paint booth number 2. Number 1 is on the other side of the wall, number 2 is here. It's nice and windy, so it'll dry quickly. That's how paint works, right? In between preparing Bodie's food, Huxley's food, washing myself, preparing myself food, every one of those little breaks was an extra coat of paint, not paint, primer. So we're about 5 coats deep, so we should be able to flat that down a little bit tomorrow. I'm not looking for anything extreme when I'm looking for perfection, which I'm definitely not on this bumper, but it should look half decent when it's done. That's it. That is it for now. So I'm going to leave it for about half an hour and then take it inside and let it dry. Right, it definitely came out nice and furry. I think you can see most of it there. I don't know if you can see it on the camera. Anyway, let's give it a bit of a rub down. On the last bumper that I did, I didn't use this trim, and I kind of regretted it, so I'm going to put the bumper on now. I'm going to put the trim on now and then spray it all in one go. Probably adhesion from over here, I think. Okay, painting that now. Okay, note to self, don't spray adhesion promoter on primer. Okay, hope you can see. I guess that's that. Damn it. Well, two good things have happened today. Not anything else really. So far, bumper disaster. We finished off Bodie's ramp because he can't do the steps anymore, so got a nice grassed ramp, and I got something from MC2 Racing. What does that mean? That means poly bushes. That is exactly what that means. Yes. We took them out the packaging so we could get them in a smaller box. That is all good for me. So those are inner front arm bushes. So those are going to go in at the same time as the compression struts. Yes! Come on, boys. Here we go. Woo! Actually, I'm going to go inside and grease them and put the rubber boots on them. Here we go. Those rubber boots are over the, are they Heim joints? I don't even know what they're called. Put them on the outside of that bush, which is a nightmare to do because with them sitting inside the bush, I couldn't get that washer in. So I didn't put any grease in there because it looked like those fancy self-lubricating bearings, maybe. But anyway, that's how they are for now. Right, there we go. That's the difference. So obviously sway bar goes, so we need to figure out something with that. Definitely noticed a wiggly, movie around feel at the front. And that is all done. Good job of coming out. Okay, so removing the front sway bar bushes. If you're doing polys and you're keeping your sway bar, there's a collar around the edge that needs fitting. It's easy when this rubber bit comes out in the middle. Not rubber bit, metal bit. There we go. So you're looking to hit that edge right there. There she goes. Then this one, what I do is drill a load of holes around to release some of the tension, get a blade, cut the edge off, push it through. That's how it looks. All bushes out. Track read ends on this. They're okay. They're not great. Boots are all good though. So usually the inside of the arms look like that. This one, it seems, was parked to the bottom of the one side of the car was parked to the bottom of the ocean for a prolonged period of time. How interesting. Again, this is MC2 Racing that I got these off. Ooh, lovely. Love polys. Just love polys. Comes with its own grease. I never actually used to grease where they went in because I thought the actual outside of the bush needed to grip, but can lead to a little bit of squeaking if you don't. So it's only a thin smear on the outside. Definitely go in easier than they came out. Oh, just having your car operating at its optimum. Oh, just so good. And there we go. She ain't gonna be moving no more. Now for the Cosworths and stuff, and I think the 4x4s in England, the XR 4x4s, you can get adjustable ones of these. And they've got like, you know, like on the compression struts, they have like just adjustable threaded things here and a load of welding. Looks like they were made off an original arm. I'd love one day to make some kind of like bolt-on ball joint for these, but not this week. You may be asking yourself, has Nathan's OCD really got to the next level as he's washing his steering loop before he's putting it on? Nope, they're absolute pigs to get on. That is the same diameter as the steering rack, so I'm using my Droid Depot Star Wars mug to heat it up, slip it over that, run outside while it's still big, and get it onto the rack. There we go. So we now let that cool, stretched over there, and it makes it so much easier when you're underneath the car trying to get it on the rack itself. Okay, holes are now ovaled. See if they don't fit. Methinks, no. Yeah, it's the same. Okay, more hole ovally. So there you go, pretty much. They are in, and there is no sway bar. The sway bar on race cars, they used to run up here, straight down to the joint there. Maybe able to mimic something like that. Oh, I'm so happy with this. He's got some coilovers for me. And there we go. Just wanted to get you a clear picture of what it looks like. No sway bar. You can see the gold adjusters as the compression struts meet the chassis leg. Awesome. Awesome, awesome, awesome. Sometimes you have a real productive, hard day at work and you forget to record an outro. It's extremely dark with lots of fireworks going off, unfortunately. And this is how she looks. So that hole there keeps some air going to the radiator where we've lost a little bit of a dip. We're going to hopefully rectify the paint in the morning, and we have feelers out within the Merkur community for things like Cosworth grills, coilovers, more poly bushes, diff mounts, all that good stuff. You know what, right now I'm really happy. Sorry it's so dark. But you know, some things get forgotten. Alright guys, thank you so much for watching. See you in the next one.